Hi everyone, my name is Phil and welcome to Phil Does 3D. I'm a multimedia and 3D artist and I stream live on Twitch on Mondays and Tuesdays at 5 PM Pacific time in the United States, which is midday in Australia or 1 AM if you're in the UK. Remember, if you do miss the live streams, you can always catch up and watch the streams by clicking the videos tab at the top of my page. Mr. Squarepeg, it's good to see you. Hello to you too. And Smurfberry Barbecue. Oh, Smurfberry's in the house. Everybody panic, that's right. Good to see you guys. Hope you're well. Hope you had a good weekend. As always, if you've got any questions, guys and girls, while I'm working, please feel free to pop in the chat and ask me. If you just want to pop in and say hello, that's always welcome. But if all you want to do is watch, that's completely fine. Mr. Squarepeg says, hope you had a good weekend. I did. Thank you for asking, Mr. Squarepeg. I had a good weekend, yep. It was good. I hope you did too. Smurfberry says, Phil, what happens if someone redeems silence Phil 1 second after you start the stream? Well, then I'm silent for 5 minutes. If you do it 1 second and I see it, as soon as I see it, then that's when the 5 minutes starts. But I have increased the point value to do a silence Phil. You have to spend 2,000 points now. Although some of you guys and girls that have been watching me for over the years have probably accumulated tens of thousands of points. So Smurfberry says, hello, my name is silence for 5 minutes. That's right. If I see it, well, actually I probably won't see it because I stare at my camera while I do my intro. And as soon as I look over and see the request, that's when it would start. So, so you can't probably silence my intro because I don't pay attention to the request window. I'm looking at my camera. I'm looking at you. I must remember to pay more attention to that request actually, because it's such a newish thing on Twitch. I forget about it sometimes. But anyway, it's right beside the chat and right beside the Discord. But yeah. So yes, if you do want to silence me, you can spend 2,000 of your viewer points, and I will be silent for 5 minutes. And you guys know how hard that is for me because I'm a motor mouth and never shut up. Smurfberry says, what's on the menu for today? Bathroom, cellar, outhouse. We are continuing with the master bedroom for the House on the Hollow game, which we're making in the Unreal Engine 4.24, the new version of Unreal. Take a breath. We are in Unreal at the moment setting up the master bedroom. We've done all the modelling for the bedroom assets. We've textured them up in Substance Painter. So now we've just got to put the bedroom together in Unreal. So that's the plan. It's the master bedroom, and after the master bedroom, we'll either move to the attic or we'll move to the study. I'm not sure which yet. I'll see how I feel. That's the plan anyway. Just excuse me for 2 secs. My phone's going. Oh, sorry, guys. It's just pesky work. You know what it's like. So that's the plan. So into Unreal, set up the master bedroom, then either the attic or the study. So if we jump straight into Unreal. Now, the only changes I've made since you guys saw me working last week was I added the statue. I removed the curtain that was hanging at the end of the bed because I felt it just blocked the view of the bed a bit too much. We spend so much time texturing up our bed, why block it? And I added this draped cloth here because I thought that this window just needed to be softened up a little bit, and hanging a cloth over it just helps to soften it up. Now again, we are working in unlit mode because lit mode, there are no lights in the scene yet. The only lighting is coming from the windows, so it's all a bit too dark to really see what's going on. So we're going to stay in unlit mode until we get a few more bits and pieces going. Smurfberry says, man, this guy has some sort of ego to have an angel statue right there in his bed. Well, he's got 2 angels looking over him in the bath as well. You know, there's 2 angels that are staring at him when he's in the bath. But I thought the angel statue might be good because you see she's pointing up. And that could be like, I thought it might be a good sort of hint to the player that there might be something upstairs. So there is method to my madness. So that's the reason I thought the angel might be good, because she's pointing up as a hint to the player that, I wonder what's up there. Smurfberry says, and that could be some kind of spoiler to the player. Well, it was my intention to have the player think, we have a statue here pointing up. Why? I mean, some people probably might not even notice. People watching the stream obviously will if you do play the game, because I told you, if you do want to play the game and you don't want spoilers, do not watch the stream, because I'm working on the game as I stream. So, the Space Human says, good day, Phil. How long have you been in the 3D field? The Space Human, hello to you as well. I've been working in 3D for more than 15 years now. A long time. I started working in web design, web development, then I moved into 3D and I worked for a games company, and then I worked in film, and now I work in ArchViz, and I also work back again for a games company. So 15 years. Long answer for a short question. About 15 years, dude. If you do have any questions while I'm working, feel free to ask me. If you're a 3D person and you're stuck on something, or you just want to have a chat about 3D, or you just want to say hello, always feel that you can pop into the chat. You're always welcome. Don't think you're going to be interrupting me while I'm working. I'm on Twitch to encourage you guys and girls to do 3D, not just to work on my own stuff. So I love questions. I love looking at the work you guys post on the Discord server. If you haven't joined the Discord, click the blue graphic below my panel. It says join the Phil Does 3D Discord server. You'll get an invite link to join it there. You can post links to your work in the gallery. You can post links to your folio and stuff. There's a tutorials and tips section. Also, if you do want to wishlist this game, it is on Steam. It's not being released till the end of the year, but you can click the graphic in my panels that says wishlist House in the Hollow, and it'll take you to the Steam store page. Okay, all of that selfless promotion out of the way. Let's continue with setting up the bedroom. Snowberry says, Phil is crazy. He's making a game while he also works in ArchViz. Yeah, that's right. I am. I'm glutton for punishment. So I'm working full-time for an ArchViz studio, and I also work full-time pretty much for a game studio as well. So 8 hours at one studio, 8 hours at another studio, 4 hours sleep. You know it's going to make me sick. You know what happened to me last year or the year before when I was trying to do too much between two studios. But don't have a choice. Not unless I want to take... I saw a little thing fly past me. Not unless I want to take a leave of absence from the ArchViz studio, because the game has to be made. The game takes precedence over everything. I'm trying to do both. So far, you know, it's working so far. So far. Let's just hope I don't catch any nasty bug that's going around at the moment. Because that coronavirus thing, that's really worrying. I've seen the reports of it, a massive spike in Italy, I think it was. It's just happened overnight. Not good. Anyway, we won't be negative. We won't get coronavirus. We'll be fine. It will be good. No, not getting the virus. We will be fine. It will be good. Everything will be good. That's what I mean. Okay, let's bring a table down into this little corner down here, because I want to put a lamp in there. So I have this table that's just a little bedside table. Let's rotate it around. So the drawer is facing forward. Mr. Squarepeg says, did you see the recent news from Wuhan? No, I didn't. Why? What's happened? What's happened in Wuhan now? Wuhan was where it started, the epidemic started. I thought that the numbers were going down in that city, or in China in general. Post the link, Mr. Squarepeg, and then I'll repost it. Nightbot will warn you, because you're not a sub, you can't post links. But actually, Smurfberry, can you allow Mr. Squarepeg to post a link? There you go, Mr. Squarepeg, you can post a link. I'll do it for you, because Nightbot might have timed you out. I keep forgetting you mods can permit people. There's the link that Mr. Squarepeg posted before Nightbot timed him out. My apologies, Mr. Squarepeg. You didn't need to be timed out. If I'd realised sooner, before opening my mouth and speaking, that you could have been permitted to post a link. What is the link? It's from PBS. Okay, good. We all like PBS. The Public Broadcasting System Service. I'm just going to check this out really quickly. If you're new to my channel and me, and you want to know more about me, go to phildoes3d.com. So my Twitch username.com on the end. There's links to the Steam store, or the actual game page, which will take you then to the Steam store page. I also sell my 3D work on my own store as well as the Creative Market. There's links to my gallery, my social media, all that sort of stuff. ArtStation, all that. But I just want to check this link out. Oh, that'll be interesting. Oh, wow. Mr. Squarepeg says, but yeah, the coronavirus was linked to the MAGA hat and apparel factory. I've seen their Make America Great hats that Mr. Trump's supporters wear. And their t-shirts. I wonder if that's going to be his slogan for the upcoming election this year. He's going to stick to Make America Great Again, or whatever it was. Mr. Squarepeg says, could not have happened to a bunch of nicer people. Well, we respect everyone. I won't comment on that. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion about their own politics, sex, all that sort of stuff. Everything's good. Everything's fine. You know. We respect everyone, regardless of who you support. We won't get into politics. No one likes to hear about politics. We see enough of it on the news. I do have strong opinions, but I won't get into them. Okay, now I'm not going to put another bedside table over here, simply because this little this little section in here, the player is really not going to be able to get into. But what I might do is I might put a candelabra in that corner, which again is probably not great because you wouldn't really have candles burning amongst all this fabric, but it's a game, so we can, suspend belief for a little while. But I'll wait till I actually have the lighting turned on before I decide whether I need a candle in that corner or not. Mr. Squarepeg says it's a KG now. Keep America great. Oh, keep America great. Okay. They're switching it up a bit. Okay, now the other reason I have this little angel here, apart from the fact that she's a hint to the player that there might be something above that they can explore, is because I have this special table, which is going to be, again, if you don't want spoilers, don't watch the stream. This table is really important as far as gameplay goes because you're required to use this table to unlock the metal box that the Magus book is in, and the Magus book is what you use. It's a major feature of the game. It's what Mr. Barrett, who is the guy whose house you're exploring here, the book that he wrote about occult magic, the last thing he wrote before he disappeared. It's what you're trying to find in the game. This table is really important because you need it to actually unlock the box that the book is kept in. And then you have to use the book obviously later on. But without the table, you can't unlock the box. And if you don't unlock the box, you can't get the book. Now, the box is not going to be on the table, obviously. You're going to have to find the box. The Space Human says 15 years. Well, I've been at it for a year and a half. I've learned a lot, but as I learn more, I realise how much more there is to learn. You never stop learning. I still learn new stuff to this day, and I've been doing it for so long. As one of my viewers likes to call me old grandpa, but which I think is rude, but anyway. I have been doing it for a long time. And I still learn new stuff all the time. Constantly learning new stuff. Which is good. That's what I love about 3D. The fact that there's always something new to learn. There's always a new piece of software being made. In fact, I've just started working with a new piece of software. So yeah, there's always something new to learn, which is fun. That's what makes it fun. Now, I probably will end up putting some sort of particle effect on this table just to draw the player's attention to it so that they know it's a special table, but we won't be doing that today because I haven't actually created the particle effect I want yet. So, but I'll probably just have some sort of border going on, because you see we have letters around the outside of the table here and this pentagram thing going on in the middle. I'll probably put a particle effect that runs around the edge of the table. So not like a highlight effect, but an actual particle effect, similar to this effect we've got going on here. And that's what you have to dispel before you can actually enter the bedroom. So I'm just going to play in editor quickly because I want to judge the table height. It's going to be very dark because, again, we don't have lighting set up properly yet. And I don't have reflection captures, so that's why we can't see our writing. I think the table, it's not bad, but I think we can make it a little bit bigger. Just a touch. Might be a little too big. I might pull it down just a little bit. But you've been doing it a year and a half, the Space Human. Hopefully you're enjoying it. You like doing a 3D work. Sniper Girl, it's good to see you, Sniper Girl. How are you? You all settled into the new place now? Sniper Girl just moved cities for a job at a game studio she's working at. Sniper Echo, hello to you as well. Both the snipers show up at the same time. Spooky. It's good to see you there, Sniper. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope you did too, Sniper Girl. So again, I'm just going to play in editor, double check my table height. And it should be good. It just needs to be high enough so that the player can actually reach that cutout in the middle. Because funnily enough, that rectangle is where that box will go, which will unlock the box you need to get the book. Sniper Girl says, doing a lot better, not being at work. Had a frustrating day with May acting up. You had a frustrating day with May acting up. What's May? Oh, Maya. Okay. Okay, you had a frustrating day with Maya. So usually I can get it, but that one threw me. I'm doing really well, thanks for asking, Sniper Girl. Yes, no, busy as usual. I think, was it Edo? I saw her in the Discord server, because again, if you do post on Discord, don't post in my Twitch chat unless you're a sub. Everyone can post links in Discord though, and so because I have both of them open at the same time. And I saw, was it Edo or Euro, or who was it? It was Edo saying, where's all the work at, man? And I see Morex posted an image of his edge loops in the gallery as well of the space shuttle he's working on. That's looking very sweet. Yeah, but no, I've been busy working 2 studios is tiring, very tiring, but I love what I do, so it's cool. That's okay, Sniper Girl. Sniper Girl says, I could have sworn I hit the other Legmog. It's good to see you, Legmog. Says, well, hello there. It's my birthday today. It's your birthday, Legmog. Well, technically my birthday finished 1 hour ago, but I guess it's still February 24th in Australia and North America. It's actually February 25th in Australia. We're a day. I'm in the future. I come to you from the future. So it's a day past your birthday here, but I'm sure somewhere in the world it's still the 24th. But it's good to see you, and happy birthday, Legmog. How old did you turn, Legmog, dare I ask? You want to say? It's good to see you though, buddy. I hope the gym is going well. I hope your love life is too. But happy birthday to you, Legmog. You accidentally turned 32. Oh, accidentally turned 32. Okay. No, well, keep an eye on that because it might happen again next year if you're not careful. Legmug says, and thanks Snappy Girl. Smurfberry says, it's not too bad being 32, sort of, Smurfberry says. My 32 days are gone. It's all downhill from there, I can tell you now. No, that's not true. That's not true at all. Okay, what else we got going on? How's your OK Cupid thing going, Legmog? What did you do for your birthday? Did you do anything interesting? Did you go anywhere or visit your family, have dinner with friends, or you just have a quiet one on your own? The older you get, the less you want to celebrate your birthday, let me tell you now. It's just another day. No, but I know some people like to make a big thing of their birthday, so. Sniper Girl says, how's the future? Has the world collapsed tomorrow? No, not yet. It's still going. The sun still rose. It's still good. It's still okay. For the moment. We were talking about the outbreak of the coronavirus at the beginning of the stream and how bad that is at the moment. So make sure you wash your hands, people. Make sure you keep washing your hands regularly if you go out and about. I'm not suggest you put a mask and everything on, but wash your hands. Regardless of the coronavirus, regular washing of your hands is a good thing. It stops you from getting sick. That's been my motto and it's served me well over the years generally. Legmog says, well, I had a date on Friday, but I think the one still eludes me. Oh, that's a shame. Well, you got to put yourself out there to find the one though, don't you? And you certainly put yourself out there, Legmog. And anyway, it's nice to meet new people. It's always a fun thing, even if they're not the one. Sniper says, happy birthday, Legmog. Sniper Girl says, what if we want to get sick so we can get a day off? Yeah, I hope your studio is not watching. Well, you know, there are ways around that. You just pretend, don't you? You don't actually... Well, what's the point of taking a sick day, actually getting sick to take a sick day? You just call up and say, oh, I'm not feeling very well. I can't come in today. And then you just enjoy your day. The Space Human says, have you ever done any live integration work? What do you mean, the Space Human? Live integration work. Are you talking about live action with 3D graphics? Is that what you're talking about? If that is what you're talking about, then yes, I have done some of that sort of stuff when I worked in film. I'm assuming that's what you mean, where you integrate live footage with 3D backgrounds or a 3D environment. Sniper Girl says, honestly, the way I am, they'd have to send me home if I'm sick. That's what I thought. You know, I know that you're enjoying what you do, so that's why I say to you guys, look, it's really important to enjoy what you do for a living because you spend a lot of time at work. And if you don't enjoy it, it's just like torture. And again, I know it's easy for me to say, and it's hard to get a job doing what you love. But Sniper Girl persisted, and she's now doing what she's enjoying. So, yes, sir. The Space Human says, "Yeah, I have the Space Human." Because my background is more in an environment technical artist. I'm a creative director at the moment for the game studio. But generally my background is environment art and technical art. And even when I worked in film, that was more my background. So not animation, more the environment stuff, or the technical side of the art regarding film and 3D. And the same as ArchViz, actually. I'm sort of like half environment, because I specialise in photogrammetry. So half environment, half photogrammetry, half technical artist. So I look at all the new software that's coming out and decide whether it would fit the pipeline for the studio or not. Give it a whirl, see if it's any good, you know, all that sort of stuff, which is fun. I mean, I like learning new software. And I'm lucky in that way because I can pick new software up relatively quickly. Maybe it's because I've done it for so long. So that helps. Legmog says, but like full disclaimer, I know lots of people have types, but I don't at all. Okay, you'll take anything and everything. Any shape, race, size, creed is all welcome in Legmog land. But I got to say, I was a bit miffed when the girl was markedly much more chunky. Well, there's nothing wrong with chunky girls. Chunkier than all of her profile pictures. Everyone lies in their profile picture. They run their image through, 100 Photoshop filters and look, let me show you. Let me show you exactly what I mean. My picture, that has been run. I put that through so many filters in Photoshop. I did so much post on that. You've got no idea. That is not what I look like. This is what I look like. But I put through skin filters and I cleaned up the lighting and I changed the background and I changed everyone. That's not real. That's me, but that's me in a perfect world. So I can't blame her for changing her picture. Everyone does it. And there's nothing wrong with being a bit chunkier anyway. More to love. There's more to love. More to grab hold of. Isn't that what they say? Sniper Girl says, had a stomach bug and was throwing up several times one day, did 8 hours and slept when I got home. Look, I know that, let's talk briefly because of the coronavirus and everything going around about health and all that sort of jazz. I know you're not on my stream to talk about health, but we won't do it for very long. Wash your hands regularly. It helps you stop getting sick. If you are sick and you work in a studio, it's better you don't go into work because you don't want to give what you got to everybody else. So instead of one person being off in the studio, you'll give it to like 10 other people, and that can be a problem if the studio has tight deadlines. So my advice is, if you are sick, genuinely sick, don't go to work. Don't spread the sickness. And good studios will realise that, and they will tell you the same thing. If you are sick, do not come in. Because studios nowadays, we all work so close next to it. I'm lucky in that I can work from home, but I still have a desk in the studio and I still have to go in. And with a modern open office environment, everybody's sitting virtually right next to each other. So the chance of spreading something is very high. But it's good that you're so motivated and devoted. You get a tick for that. But if you're sick, don't get to work. Smurfery. Legmog says, and like I said, totally fine with that. But what got me was like how those pictures were clearly from many years ago. Well, at least that picture I showed you was taken like only last year or about a year and a half ago. It's not from 10 years ago. There's a fine line you got to draw when you're trying to make yourself out to be something you're not. Like if you're doctoring your photos or you're using photos from 10 years ago, as soon as they meet you, they're going to realise. Space Human says, that's what I'm trying to master. I'll shoot music videos and I'm trying to take it to the next level with adding 3D to the videos. Super tough to get that photorealistic look. I'm sure my compositing needs tons of work. You just got to make sure you match your camera angles and all that sort of jazz, and getting the photorealistic render in the background. Yeah, photorealism in 3D is not an easy thing to do. It's easier to create a cartoon 3D model than create a photorealistic one. Having said that, with photogrammetry now, you can get really realistic looking 3D models that way. So look into photogrammetry for sure. It's being used in games a lot more now, and it's being used in this game I'm making here. That angel statue you see right in front of you there was created using photogrammetry. So it's very useful. So if you do want to get your photorealistic 3D backgrounds, don't rule out using photogrammetry for your assets, and make sure that you're just matching the camera angles that the live action's been taken with, which is quite simple to do now in 3D software. So Legmog says, yeah, I think there is a point where it becomes a bit too dishonest. Like, I agree. Like, for example, if I was bald, I certainly wouldn't post only old pictures of me still with hair. Well, that's true. I think, if you're bald and you don't wear a wig or whatever, and you're showing people pictures of you with hair and you show up and you're bald, well, that's just silly, because that's markedly different and people are going to notice. I would agree. I would not do that. I think that's just silly. I mean, you're not getting what you yeah, that's silly. I wouldn't do that. Sniper Girl says, yes, Dad. That's right. Listen to your dad. Legmog says, yeah, and I felt the same with this girl. Well, that's cool. You're both, it wasn't working for you, so that's cool. That's what it's all about. That's why you put yourself out there and you meet people, because you never know whether it will or not. That's half the fun. And like I said, it's always nice to meet new people, regardless of whether they're going to be romantic interests or not. It's good to talk to people. Expand your circle a little bit. I'm sure you do, Late Mug, I'm just saying. But I'm sure, just keep putting yourself out there, you'll find someone. Everybody does. Usually. So, yes, the special table with the special indentation that will go where the box will go, which will unlock once the actual box is placed on this table. Well, I have the particle effect going. It will unlock the box and that'll allow you to grab the book, and then you're going to have to use the book. But we're not at that stage of development just yet. Angel pointing up to indicate there's something above that you should explore, perhaps, for those observant players. But let's work on the painting for the man himself, Mr. Barrett. I did actually create a painting. I created the painting. If I can find, there it is. Let's scale it up. I want it nice and big for the wall. So this is the man himself. This is whose manor house you're wandering through. And I want to put the painting up here on the wall. So let's just get the size right. So I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. Legmog says, indeed, we had a nice time nonetheless, but I think my saltiness at the deception just about pushes me into the I'm not going to message back zone. Well, that's fair enough. Look, you have to make it known that you weren't happy you were lied to in such a blatant manner. So I get that, Legmog. That's cool. Yeah, and it's probably good for her maybe not to try that again if it's that different, if she's that different from a picture. Anthony Pereira, is it? Pereira? My apologies, Anthony, if I'm mispronouncing your username. I get everyone's username wrong. Don't feel like I'm singling you. It's everyone's username. My brain just doesn't work. But welcome to Phil Does 3, Anthony. Thank you for the follow. I do appreciate it. Do remember too, if you do want to join the Discord server for Phil Does 3D, this is the link I've just popped into chat. You don't have to, but only subs can post links in my Twitch chat, but everyone can post links to their work in the gallery on the Discord if they want. Hi, back to you, Anthony. Snappery says, dude needs bigger mutton chops. He does, doesn't he? He's got some pretty nice mutton chops going on there. So that's a gem. You would have actually, if you've watched the story trailer for the game, you see his photo in that story trailer as well at the very beginning. So yes. But I think I want a nice big painting of him on this wall. So I'm going to make it even bigger. I want you to know whose bedroom you are in when you're in this room. No second guessing as to whose bed. Actually, how vain would you be to actually be lying in bed and have a big painting of yourself up there on the wall like that? How vain would that be? But, he's an occultist and That's just the way he that's the way he goes. He wants a big painting of himself right beside his bed. Just like he wants angel statues surrounding him in the bath and at the base of the bed there. So size-wise, I'm actually going to rotate the painting in a minute, but we need to put a frame on it. Size-wise, did I go too big? Let's just pull back here. Let's just reduce it a little bit. Just a little bit. Maybe like that. And it's going to be sitting about that high. I'm not going to put it way up there. Paintings should really be about eye height. So you don't want to put them down on the ground. You don't want to put them way up at the top. They generally sit around about the center of a wall. Just off center anyway. Okay, let's get a frame going. Now we're going to reuse the frames we made for the paintings outside in the rest of the manor house. I just got to find them. Where did I put them? Paintings. Here they are. And we're going to double frame it like we did with a couple of the paintings that are outside. So we're going to start with a plain frame for the middle. Got a couple of different sizes here. I'm just trying to work out which one I want. Once we've framed it up, then I'm going to create a prefab from the pieces, which will make it easier for us to move around if we need to. Now again, I know a lot of you might think, well, why didn't you make the frame with the picture? And I explained that when we were doing the paintings in the rest of the manor house. By keeping the frames separate, I can reuse the same frame for all these different paintings. So we're saving on poly count and texture counts by not having it as part of the actual painting. And that also means I can hardware instance the frames to reduce the load on the game engine. And again, we're working in unlit mode at the moment, so we can see what we're doing until we get some lights in here. So let's just get into a position where we can see everything going on. Let's sort of line up our frame and then we can start scaling it to fit. Well, deselected the frame by mistake. Now the painting actually has a special meaning as well. You'll notice in the painting there's the bookcase. And we all know, again, if you don't want spoilers, don't watch the stream. We all know that the bookcase contains a hidden door. So that was the other reason I thought it would be nice to have a painting in here. Not only do you see the guy whose house you're wandering through, but you also see the bookcase in the background as a visual clue to the player that maybe we should check the bookcase out. Sniper Girl says, but you need 1 million different textures for picture frames, right? Don't. Well, there are really only 3 picture frames. There's different sizes, but there's only 3 picture frames, so I reuse the same texture on 3 different frames. So, there. So not only do we reuse the frames and instance the frames, hardware instance and that is, we also reuse the textures. Okay, well that's good. Now I do have this nifty little name tag, so actually before we do that, let's put the second frame on. The Space Human says, is there a certain site you get most of your assets? I make my assets Space Human. All of my streams are available under the videos tab, but you see me making and texturing them all up that I've created for this building. Okay, now I want a decorative frame around the outside because we're double frame. We might even triple frame it, you know. Why not? Do I have 3 frames? I do, but are they different enough? Yeah, I think they are. That's the plain frame. We have this one with the pointy edges. And what's the difference between these ones? It's been so long I've forgotten. Just let me open these up so I can show. I know what that one is. I think this is the plain one. Oh no, this is the other decorative one. Okay. Okay, so let's take this one as well, which is the second type of frame. It's sort of like a mixture between the plain and the decorative. We'll triple frame it. Sniper Girl says, should have plugged your info, been like you get them from phildoes3d.com. Well, that's true. You can download and buy a lot of my 3D models from my website, from my store. So if you go to phildoes3d.com and you click on the shop tab at the very top, it'll take you to my 3D store where you can buy some of my models. Or you can go to the Creative Market if you'd rather buy from them, but I wouldn't suggest it. You get a better deal from my website than you do from theirs. Okay, let's scale it in. You are right, Sniper Girl. I did all my promotion at the beginning of the stream. I feel dirty when I do that. I know I shouldn't, because everybody does it, but yeah. This shameless self-promotion. Space Human says to Sniper Girl, thanks. Yes, you can buy a lot of my 3D models from my store. Or from the Creative Market. My store on the Creative Market, that is. There's even a couple on ArtStation, on my ArtStation store as well, but only a very small selection. I'm only trialling that store at the moment before I decide whether I'll put more models for sale on ArtStation. But there are I think there's 3 or 4 models that you can buy my models from ArtStation as well. And I know it's a lot more fiddly doing it this way than just attaching, like I said, the frames to the actual painting. But it does allow us to sort of optimize our game a little bit more. Just going to knock this back to 5. It's just a bit too insensitive for me. Well, it's still very sensitive. Yes, and thank you, Sniper Girl. So I just want to make sure that our frames are lined up correctly here. We don't have any little gaps happening. We've covered the entire painting. Yes, should be good. Okay, let's go for a third frame. I don't think we triple framed any of the other paintings, so again, it makes this painting a little bit more special. Gotta make sure I'm rotating it the right way. Let's line it up. Got to pull back far enough so I can see all of the frames in view at the same time. I think it needs to come in just a touch. Wrong way. There we go. And that should be good. I think our frames are all lined up. Okay, now let's jump back up to our bedroom subfolder, and I have this little little nameplate here. Let's pull that in. Again, make sure I rotate it around the right way. And again, this is just for anyone that looks at the painting in the game and thinks, who is this guy? It's just one of those little plates that you see on paintings that tell you what it actually is a painting of. Again, make sure it's around about the middle. So yeah, it's just a little nameplate that says Francis Barrett Portrait. Okay, now let's select everything and make a prefab. Because if we wanted to move this around, because it's made up of so many different bits and pieces, there's a chance we might forget to select one while we're moving it. So to save that problem, we're going to select everything. And we're going to go up to our blueprints and convert selected components to a blueprint class. Let's tell it where to put that new class. So we want to go into Manor House, Models, and Bedroom. And we're going to call it Barrett Painting _ prefab. That just tells me it's made up of a lot of different bits and pieces. Okay, so now when we select it, if I deselect and reselect, it selects all those pieces at the same time, so we don't have to worry about leaving one behind accidentally. All right, now we want to put this around about the middle of our wall. So I'm just going to move it back so it's just touching the wall so I can see where the middle is. Let's pull it forward. Now again, this is a painting hanging on a wall, and while a painting can hang straight like that, like I said, in my bedroom I've got two paintings on the walls and they're straight like that. But the other paintings in the building here, we've got on a bit of an angle, so we're going to do that with this one as well. So make it look like it's actually hanging off of like a string or something behind the painting. So just angle it forward. It also will help the player look at the painting a little bit more easily. While they're running through, they can sort of look up at the painting. Now I'm still just concerned it might be a bit big. I'm just going to go into play in editor mode here, and we won't see a lot because there's no lights in the room, but it will help me to gauge whether it's too big or not. Peeking out just above the bed post there. No, I don't think it's too big. I wanted to make a feature on that wall. I want it to stand out. Again, for the reason that we want to draw attention to the bookcase. So we want the player to notice it. But let's bring some lights in for either side of the painting. And we have these wall sconces. Now again, this is a prefab, same deal the way we made the painting there. And I've used subsurface scattering so that as we move around the light bulb moves within the actual shade as well. So it's not an emissive texture, but subsurface scattering that we're using on the shade. Alright, so let's move our lights in. Is my light the right way around? No, it's not. I'm going to rotate it 180 degrees. I was wondering, why are my light shades going into the wall? It's because it's around the wrong way. Oh, let me just undo that and turn angle snap back on. We want these to be around about the middle of the wall. I'm just going to turn a lit mode back on so I can get an idea of what the lighting is actually doing. Let's duplicate that and move one to the other side of the painting. I'm just trying to decide whether I should make them any bigger or not. It's sort of like, that's why I'm moving around here and just checking it from different angles. Not too bad. Let's jump back into unlit mode. Make sure we are in the middle of the wall. Now, I think the painting could still do with being highlighted, so I'm going to jump outside of this room, which I'm not supposed to do. The guys at the game studio said, stick to the bedroom, don't show the rest of the level, but too bad. Because I need to take, I want to take one of these light fittings here. I'm making sure I did not, I want to make sure I did not make it into an instance, a hardware instance. I don't think I did. I'm just checking to make sure nothing else is selected. No, that should be fine. It's a single object, so let's duplicate that. It just saves me remaking it. If I can duplicate it from a thing that's already in the level. Let's rotate it 180 degrees. Move it down. Move it back. How was that for guesswork? Our painting is about the same height as the ones outside. Am I good or what? I gauged that perfectly. About. Needs it to be a little higher. There we go. Now we're going to put this around about the middle of the painting. Okay, now you'll notice that the actual join does not touch the wall. Now, normally that would be pushed all the way in to touch the wall, and because we've rotated our painting out, it's not. Now, I think what's going on, our painting is really large, but we can hide that because the player will never see the fact that that light is not attached to the wall. There's no angle really that the player can get to where they're going to be able to see that. So we don't have to worry about it. But normally that would touch the wall. But the painting is so big and it's sort of angled forward so far that we can't attach the light to the actual wall. So again, let's go into lit mode. Yes, lit mode. Now we do have to make some adjustments to the light because this painting is much bigger than the one outside. So to actually edit, this is a prefab. You know, I made one just before with the painting. This light is a prefab as well, the same thing. So in order to actually edit the individual parts, just double click it and you can edit out the individual things that make up the prefab. So first things first, let's look at the spotlight that's going on the painting. Just trying to work out why my spotty is not changing too much. And let's look at the values for the spotlight here. I don't think it's the spotlight I want to change. Just going to deselect and reselect. Well, I guess it might be cool the way it's highlighting his eyes, but it's not really what I had in mind. You notice how that's not really affecting the painting at all? I'm trying to work out why. Maybe it's these lights that are affecting it. I thought that highlight on his face was from the spotlight, but it's not. The spotlight's sort of just illuminating down. That highlight, what is causing that highlight? Let's deselect. Let's just move this to see if it is... No, it is. Okay. What we might need to do for this painting, because it is so big, I'm going to delete that. I'm just going to jump into playing the level so the music stops. Let's take the light that's above the hanging thingy here, the wall Persian rug, above the Persian rug. It's a much longer light fitting, so let's duplicate that one again. I'm making sure it's not. Yep, that's cool. It's not an instance. Let's rotate it 180 degrees. Move it down. This one does sit a lot further out as well. These are a lot longer, so that'll be better as well. Might be a little big for this painting, so I'm going to scale it back a bit. Move it up. Okay, let's turn lit mode back on. It's better. Let's just deselect it so we can get those lines out of the way. I'm just going to go into game mode too by pressing the G key just to get rid of those icons so we can see what it looks like a bit more easily. I think that's better. We could knock this back to 2 spotlights as opposed to 3 if we wanted to. Just need to move this down, it's not lined up correctly. Maybe move it up a little bit. I'm just going to double check the shader for this painting. I have an ambient occlusion. I'm just going to remove the ambient occlusion. No, we'll put it back. It's in the normal map. We were getting a strange shadow happening on his nose, and it's the normal map here that's doing it. So I might just disable the normal map for now. I don't know, again, you'll know when we did the paintings outside, wow. I don't generally use normal maps on paintings unless it's painted with that really thick sort of paint, and this painting, when I made it, was. When I designed it, it sort of was, but I don't know that it actually needs it. But I might just look at the specularity. I think it's a bit too specky. Even though we have a roughness map here, let's just add a constant. And let's pump the constant into the metallic, which will be 0. And the specular. Oops, again, I always select it when I don't mean to. Actually get these into a position where we can see them both. Now I do want to bring in a little bit of specular because paint, oil paint, once it's dried, does have a little bit of a gloss, a bit of a sheen to it. We're not talking like water paint here, which doesn't, but an oil paint, which this painting would have used an oil paint. It should have a little bit of a speck to it. So what I'm going to do is break the specular, because I want to make sure the metallic stays at 0. We'll add another constant. Let's try 0.2. And pump that into the spec. And just got a little bit more of a sheen happening. I think it still might be a bit too much, so let's knock it back to, let's try 0.1. And that's better. Just got a hint of a specular going on. So let's save that. Deselect that. Turn off the icons so we can see it a bit better. Look, his eyes follow you around the room. How creepy is that? He's watching you no matter where you are. Okay, that should be good. Sniper Girl, what have you posted in the Discord? Says, when nerds get bored, added lights to my computer desk. Oh, cool. So this is your computer desk in your new place, Sniper Girl. I gotta check this out. Now let's just do a quick save here because, you know, you never know. I turned auto save off, so I must remember to save my work. I just want to check out this image that Sniper Girl's posted in the Discord of her computer desk. Sweet. Whoa, bright red. Bright red. It looks really cool though, Sniper Girl. I like it. Wow, you got a nice big monitor happening here. That's me. Did you just take this? It took me a couple of seconds to recognize myself in the monitor, and that's this stream, so very nice, Sniper Girl. Yeah, no, it's set up really nicely. I like the accent lighting you've got going on along the back wall here. I'm assuming it's maybe attached to the desk and shining up against the back wall. Very nice. I like the desk too. My desk is sort of like, you guys saw my desk when I showed you that picture a year or so ago. I've got like a desk that goes this way and then this way. So I've got sort of like two sides and a bit in the middle. And I find it really, really helpful to work on two machines at the same time. Yeah, it looks really cool though. But my main computer, it's actually lit purple because of Twitch. And the other one's lit like an aqua blue. But I don't have background lighting going on. Only my machines are lit inside. But it looks really cool with the accent lighting. Nice. I know a lot of people do that sort of thing with their TV as well. They'll put accent lighting behind the television so that the back wall behind the TV is lit up. I don't do that either, but I've seen it done. It looks really cool. Very nice. You're so clean. Look, the desk is spotless. It's a spotless desk. Not an ounce of dust that I can see anywhere. I wish my place was that clean. Very nice though, Sniper Girl. Okay, let's jump back into unlit mode. Now this little table down here on the corner, I want to bring in one of the lamps. And again, the lamp is the same dealie. It's a prefab, blueprint prefab with subsurface scattering so that the bulb inside can be seen no matter what angle you're at without using an emissive map. Sniper Girl says it's clean because I've had it for a week. Give it time. We'll clutter it up like every nerd's desk. Well, that's right, because you've just moved in, haven't you? So that explains why it's so clean. My desk ain't clean. My apartment ain't clean. Who has time to clean? I mean, really, who has time? Edo! Good to see you, Edo. Were we talking about you before? Let me double check. I don't want to say I was talking about somebody I wasn't. Yes, we were talking about Edo at the beginning of the stream, so I see you posted in the on the Discord asking where all the work is in the gallery. People have been busy. It's like, you know, new time of the year, people are back at school, all that sort of jazz. So I'll forgive them for not posting their new work. Where's your new work, Edo? Yes, I was talking about you. So I know, like I said, notice the message you posted in the gallery section on the Discord, the Phil Does 3D Discord. Oh, that's right. Oh, you did say that. Edo says Moni works with NDAs. Sniper Girl says my work is covered by NDAs as well. Yes, I know. All you guys and girls, look, I know what it's like. Cause I've signed. I have to sign NDAs as well. So a lot of the work I do for the studio, particularly the ArchViz studio, I cannot show you, unfortunately. That's okay. I'll show you this stuff. Gotta love those NDAs. And for anyone that doesn't know what an NDA is, it's just a non-disclosure agreement that you sign that says if you say anything about what you're working on, we will sue you for all you're worth. Companies love them. They make people sign them so that if they're working on something sensitive, that it doesn't leak out. Again, like I've had to sign a few because the studio, the Archviz studio, does a lot of stuff for the government of this country, and the government don't like anyone talking about the stuff that they're doing, that they're up to. So you have to sign all these NDAs. Let's just go back into lit mode here for a minute. We got a lot of lights happening on that side of the wall, but that's okay. I'm just going to angle this so it's not straight on. It makes it look less natural, more natural if it's at an angle and not directly front on. Just makes for a more interesting silhouette. Again, I just want to double check the size, so I'm just going to play an editor here. It should be fine. My apologies for the music. It probably doesn't sound great because you're hearing it through NDI as well as hearing it through my microphone, so you're probably getting a horrible music sound. It sounds much better than it does through the microphone. I'm just going to double check. Yeah, I just felt that this was sticking out a little bit too far. I'm keeping it on lit mode while I move it though to make sure that the lighting stays correct on the painting. Okay, let's try that again. Sniper Girl says, yeah, definitely do your best work and you can't even talk about it, I know. Edo says, pretty much my last 3 commercials are unreleased. Wait, hold on, I think another one may have just gone live. Tell us, when they go live, Edo, let us know. Sniper Girl says, honestly can't wait until the SR game we're working on gets released. Really want to do an art dump. We all want to see it too, Sniper Girl. We can't really wait till it's released as well. Not to mention play it. Just trying to gauge. Trying to work out whether I should move it in a little more. Let's check that. Okay, that's not bad. Now, I want to do a quick save. And I want to check the normal map because I would like to add a normal map back to it. So I'm going to jump into Gnarled. Sniper Girl says to Edo, if I did, please link. I would love to see something you did professionally. I would as well, Edo. If you're allowed to once it's released, please pop a link either in on the Discord in the gallery or something once it's released, and you can show any of the work you've done all. Because we all want to see it. I've just got to find where I put my painting. Bedroom, I think. I'm going to load up the colour map that we're using here. Edo says I'm going to email the company to see if they posted it. Edo says I won't show it yet, but I'll show it. I'll show you where it is and what it's for. Cool. 122 Jimbo. Thank you for following the channel, Jimbo. I do appreciate it. So welcome, Jimbo, to Phil Does 3D. Again, if you guys want to join the Phil Does 3D Discord server, I've just popped a link in Twitch chat there for you. I see Edo's popped a link in the gallery to, what's this, Dynatrace doc? Dynatrace. Software intelligence for the enterprise cloud. Ah. Edo says I got hired to do some motion graphics. Nice. The normal map here, let's turn the ambient occlusion off and the height off and the convexity. We only want the normal map here, and let's play with our normal map a bit. Extra large we're going to pull right down. Large we will pull down. Medium, fine, and extra fine. And we're also going to reduce the intensity. Can't wait for the new season of Altered Carbon. Only a few days left until it premieres on Netflix. So I love that show so much. So I've already watched all the new Expanses. I need something else to occupy my time with when I get a free minute, of course. Let's see what that looks like. I'm just going to set the path for the export. And it's going to be exporting it as a PNG file, which is fine. Francis Barrett painting. Let's export it. I'm not going to close Gnarled down. I'm just going to jump straight back into Unreal. And we're going to open up the shader for the painting. And I'm going to import that new normal map. And I believe it's... I've got to work out which one of these two it is. Francis Barrett painting normal. Francis Barrett painting normal. I think it's this one here. Let's apply that. Turn lighting back on. That's better. We could probably pull it up a bit more. So let's jump back into Gnarled. Edo says it's on Google. Let's go. Okay, here's what to do. Search Dell Eco book bag, and you can see the model Brute, not commercial, but not the commercial. I will show that just toward the end of the stream in about 15 or 20 minutes, Edo. Because I can see if you don't want to wait for me, jump on the Discord server, guys and girls, look in the gallery, because Edo's posted pictures there. It looks very nice. Very nice, Edo. This is my model, and they hired me to make. You did a nice job. Very nice job. Beautiful job, actually. I'll check those out in about 15 or 20 minutes, Edo, but if you don't want to wait for me, guys, jump on the Discord server, because he's done an amazing job. The bag looks great. I'm just going to jump... Wrong one. Jump back into Gnarled. I'm just going to pull up on the intensity of this normal map a bit. And I'm hitting the wrong one. This is the one I want here. Okay, let's re-export the normal map again. Jump back into Unreal. All we have to do now is re-import the normal map. You know, we could probably go up even higher. Back into Gnarled. Let's bring up the fine detail a bit, and the extra fine and the fine detail a little bit. Re-export again. Re-import. Oh, I'm thinking it's not working because I haven't hooked it up. Man. Dear, oh dear. How embarrassing is that? I'm thinking, what's going on? Why isn't my normal map showing up? It's because I hadn't hooked it up. Just wait for the comments from Sniper Girl now. Okay, now I've gone a bit too far. Now that it actually is hooked up, I'm going to pull back on it. Oh dear. Edo says, but you need to see the commercial, they need to post it. But what I can see from the images, Edo, looks amazing. You've done a great job. A really nice job. That's better. I just wanted to see so that we could see that the actual painting was a painting, which the normal map helps to bring out. Just adds a little bit of texture to the painting. Okay. All good so far. Let's go back into unlit mode, do a save. Just while I remember, I'm going to close Gnarled down because we don't need it open anymore. Okay, so Sniper Girl says comments. Totally wasn't halfway typing a comment. Nope, Innocent, I say. I'm sure. I'm sure. I know you too well. DC, hey, come on, give me a break. I'm working 2 studios at the moment, plus streaming. Let's put... I want to bring some candles in here. So again, I'm just going to jump outside here and we're going to find the candles, making sure again they're not an instance. No, they're not. That's good. No problem. Actually, Ito's changed the images up a little bit because he just wants to be sure he doesn't do anything he shouldn't be doing. That's fine. Let's duplicate these. Let's rotate them around. I'm going to go back into lit mode. Looking at our floor, it looks like the floor, the normal map on the floor might be a bit high. And I think 2 candles down here might be a bit much, so I'm going to pull one of them up and put it on the table. I basically want to light the statue. Ito says, I just finished another project last week. I can finally get back to personal work. And that is nice, as Snappy Girl says. Ito says, I've been wanting to do 3D print and sell figures. Cool. Art Conti says, is this Unreal Engine? Lighting looks great. Yes, it is the Unreal Engine, Art Conti. Unreal UE4. We're working on a game that I'm working on with the game studio that you can wishlist now on Steam. And this is the master bedroom for that game. Sniper Girl says, candle in the angel's hand would be cool looking. You're talking about Death's hand down here. Yeah, that would be cool. It's not a bad idea, Sniper Girl. I don't want to put it in her pointing finger because she's pointing up to the attic. Art Conte says, did you model these assets? I did. This statue is photogrammetry, but a lot of the other stuff I modeled and textured up in in Substance Painter. So yes, Art Conte, I did a lot of them. Let me just see if I can't play with this light a bit. No. That's unfortunate. She needs to be out here. I like the way it's lighting her face here, but to put it on the table, her face gets pretty much darkened right up. That's okay. We might be able to fix that by putting another light here. I might just see if we move this one around. And the Sniper Girl says, yes, they're my assets. Sniper Girl says, you mean you actually do 3D and not just talk? That's right. I actually do some work occasionally. Who would have thought, Sniper Girl? Sniper Wrecker says, I've missed you a lot, Sniper Girl. Well, yes, we did miss you while you were gone, because there were a few months there where you weren't in the stream. We all missed you. So we're glad you're back, Sniper Girl. I would miss all you guys and girls if you didn't show up. Not to mention the fact I'd be talking to myself all the time. Because you know I'd still be talking even if there was no one in the chat. Sniper Girl suggests putting a candle in her hand. And that would be good because it would light up her face. Like if I move this up. It would help light her face. But I just don't really have a candle that's going to be suitable for her hand. Actually, her hand is a bit too far back. It's still going to darken the face up anyway. So we might be able to lighten her face up perhaps if we put another lamp in the room. So I'm just trying to work out the best spot for this candle. This side or this side? Probably maybe this side. At least until we get the lamp in and we see whether we need to move it. Let's just play an editor for a minute so I can get a better look at it. Back to unlit mode. Snug Edo says, I feel like I've missed a lot of streams. Sniper Girl says, would pay money to see you just talking to yourself. When I first started streaming, I was talking to myself for a good few months there. I don't think anyone was watching me. And because I never shut up, I was pretty much talking to myself. Snappy Girl says, the candle holder, put it at an angle with the narrow section in her hand. Most people would assume that she's holding it. So Sniper Girl wants me to... She actually doesn't have a thumb, I don't think. Yeah, her thumb's actually been chopped off, but people won't notice that. Sniper Girl wants me to... I'm just going to duplicate this one because I don't want to remove it if I decide I don't like it. So let's duplicate it. She wants me to put it in her hand at an angle. Although you're going to have wax dripping everywhere if your candle is at an angle like that, but yeah, the circle as well is actually going through her hand. I don't know if this asset is really great. Turn lit mode back on. Let's turn game mode off so we can see the candles. Edo says, in recent events I got one of those 12.9 inch iPads. Oh, sweet. How is it? Yeah. Art Conte says, do you work in game dev company? I work in for an ArchViz studio, and I also work for a game studio at the moment. And the game studio, we're making this game that we're releasing on Steam, but I also work in ArchViz, and I used to work in film. So yes, Art Conte, I do. Edo says, am I able to use it on my PC like a drawing tablet? And I'm able to use it on my PC. Well, that's sweet. 12.9 inches, nice. Edo says, it's a great sniper. I draw all the time now. Edo says, if you do get the 12 inch, not the 11. Yes, Sniper Girl says, didn't realise how sharp of an angle a hand was. Yeah. Yeah, no, I kind of like it too, Sniper Girl. I mean, I have to admit, I actually do kind of like it. Even though it's not really correct. I reckon we could probably get away with it. Let's see if we can move it around a little bit. We could... See, what I normally suggest is drop it down, but then if we drop it too far, we're going to get that rim going through the statue's hand, so we can't really drop it down. We could probably move it over a little bit so it sort of looks like it's in the groove of her thumb there. Maybe move it back a little bit. See if we can't pull it down. Oops. It sort of looks like it's sort of between her finger there and the groove of that thumb. She's sort of grasping the stem. Let's just play in editor. Because I do like that she's holding it. I think it's a really good idea, Sniper Girl. So I do like that idea. And I guess the lip of the candle holder hides a lot of her hand anyway, so you don't really notice she's not actually holding it correctly. And from a distance, it looks like her thumb is around the outside of the stem, so I think it works. Edo says, I will say 130 for an Apple Pencil is ridiculous. It certainly is. Sniper Girl says, well, the Wacom tablets are pretty bad as well for the bits and pieces you buy for them. Sniper Girl says, I even want to know what an Apple Pencil is. Edo says, you don't trust me, I'm still recovering. So yeah, I like it in her hand. We're going to leave it in her hand. I think that was a good idea by Sniper Girl. I like it. Let's bring another light in though. So let's jump back into unlit mode. I want to bring in this chest, which is this thing here. Again, I'm going to scale it up a little bit. Now, these objects were done to scale. I made sure of that, but I noticed when we brought the bed in, the bed looked too small to me, so I'm going to have to scale everything up now to match the bed, even though the bed was scaled correctly in Max before I actually exported it. It just didn't look quite right in the room. So I want to put this over here. We have to make sure we allow enough room for the player to get through there. So I'm just going to play in editor again and make sure that our player can actually move through that area. If that's fine. Sniper Girl says, I have a Huion tablet, works pretty well. So long as they've got like at least 1024 levels of sensitivity, whatever they call it, it should be fine. Let's duplicate this lamp. This one we will rotate around to face that way. We'll move it to this edge over here. So, but I like to, like, when I'm setting up a room or designing an environment, I put my camera in a spot that I can see the room, and then I like to sort of decorate, for lack of a better word, the room based on that camera angle. I don't like to keep moving around too much like this and stuff until I've got a lot of bits and pieces in. I find it easier to sort of like design a room if I keep the camera in one spot and then place objects. So I'm just going to move this forward so it doesn't actually intersect that curtain there. Just jump back into lit mode. I was hoping that the lamp might give us a bit more light on her face, but unfortunately it's not. Which is fine. I mean, I have a couple of options. If I really want her face lit, I can rotate the statue. Although I like the silhouette that we've got going on here at the moment, so I'm loath to rotate the statue really, just so we can see her face. I don't know that seeing her face is really that important anyway. Not as important as a silhouette anyway. Again, I'm just going to go back and play in editor. I want to sort of double check the height of this. It should be fine. How are we going for time? Okay, I want to get the doors of this unit in, so let's do that. So that is the safe cabinet. Safe doors. Okay, I've already created some physics objects here that we're going to use for the doors. These are interactable by the player. So I'm just going to make sure I scale it correctly into the right spot. It goes on this side. In fact, I think I can copy the scale value from this and it should translate over to the door. No, I am incorrect. Never mind. So let's just move it into the right spot. I always do that. Needs to be just a little bit higher. Hambone! Good to see you, Hambone. Edo says, I want to try photogrammetry stuff. Do photogrammetry. You know I love photogrammetry. Hey, baby, to you as well, Hambone. You can call me baby. I get called everything else, including grandpa and dad. And oops, I don't want to do that. Okay, let's, now I want to duplicate this. And I want to flip it on the Y, on the X, I believe. No, I'm incorrect. I want to flip it on the Y. Now that's interesting. What is that? Snowfigure says, do Edo have anything you scanned recently? Euro says hi. Hambone says boomer. Snowfigure says, saving up for a camera for photogrammetry. Snowfigure says, who the hell would call you dad? That's just rude. Yeah, I wonder who would call me dad, Snowfigure. I wonder who that could be. Who could that be? Although not as bad as Grandpa. I got that the other day, which I thought was a bit rude, but anyway. Grandpa, indeed. Indeed. Trying to work out how I designed this. I can't remember. Okay, so the scale value is that, which means we can copy that scale value to this. Let me undo that. Let me undo that. That's not what I want. I want the scale value only in the Y. Why are they not lining up correctly? I've got the right door, haven't I? Antique safe, yes, it's the right door. Something not quite right here. Something ain't right. Sniper Girl says, I don't know what you're talking about, Phil. Euro says, I was watching a movie, to be fair. Didn't notice the time when I started it. Ito says, I haven't scanned anything. I don't have the phone yet. You have to pre-order it, but it comes out on March 6th. Sniper Girl says, yeah, would never call you Gramps. That's beyond even me. Hembone says, what about Daddy? I've been called Daddy. I get Daddy quite a lot. Sniper Girl says, yeah, a girl calling a guy Daddy. Think that's that there's pornos that start with that. Godfather says, perks up, what's this about pornos? Godfather. Oh, man. Morning, Godfather. Good to see you. Welcome to Phil Does 3D. I just got to try and work out why my doors aren't lining up. And they should be. I don't understand. Look, this is what I'm going to do. Let's when in doubt, start from the beginning. Let's remove these. Let's pull back in the safe, the unscaled version. Let's pull in the door. I see even the door here is not the right size compared to the safe, which is just bizarre because when I imported them at the same time. Scale of one. Why is that? Why indeed? Antique safe. Jiro says, unless it's their daughter, of course, something. Mind in the gutter, that's right. Need to adjust the hinges. Yeah, the hinges not lining up. Now, I know I don't want to pull Open Max up at the moment, but they should line up exactly because I exported them from Max, unless I forgot to do a reset on the X form for the doors. Now, that's possible. Let's just see if we can't get these to line up, because even here, these are not lining up with the hinges, which is weird. I don't know why. Let's see if we can get it to line up and we can go from there. So let's do a uniform scale. Let's line this up first. I think the hinge is supposed to line up like halfway through the hinges like that. Let's keep doing a uniform scale, see how we go. So we can get our hinges to line up. And that's correct, it lines up there with that circle, so that's fine. We're good so far. Now we're not. And it's because I had to pull it up to... What the... Did I just scale it? Oh man, I don't know what I'm doing here. Hang on. Let's scale it back down. So there's no way I can get this hinge to line up now. I do not understand what I've done there. That's so weird. So to get the hinge to line up, the door has to be halfway in the wood here, which is just weird, which is not correct. Unless it was above the wood. No, even that's not right. I'm going to have to look at that asset. I've made an error somewhere along the line. I've done something wrong. So I'm going to have to jump back into Max and look at that tomorrow, I think. Have you tried using a hammer, Godfather says. Sniper Girl says, saving up for a Sony Alpha A7R2, currently looking at getting it next month. Godfather says, were they the same size and scale? Yeah, they were. In my 3D editor, they were, Godfather, the same size and scale when you exported it out. Yeah, they were, but I'll have to double check that. I'll do that tomorrow. Let's just check one of the other ones just before I finish the stream up. Like I have the wardrobe, which I want to put here. So let's pull the wardrobe in, which is this one. Let's scale it up. Before we scale it up though, I'm just going to check to see if the doors will fit. So, where are my wardrobe? Bookcase, bookcase, wardrobe. Wardrobe, lower and upper doors. Let's start with the lower door. I'm wondering if I didn't reset the X-form on these assets before I imported them. I bet you that's what I've done. Forgot to do a reset on the X-form. Let's just scale this up because I know it needs to go about halfway across. Now let's bring in the upper door. I just at least wanted to show you one of these assets set up for physics and for interaction, for player interaction, before I finish this stream. I was having a problem getting my doors lining up though. Okay, let's scale this one up. Okay, this one seems to be fine. It just must be a problem with the way I exported the other asset. So what I'm going to do here is now is that correct? Yes. I'm going to duplicate this. And flip it on the Y. Nope. Flip it on the X. I told you I always get them confused. And we're going to duplicate this. And flip it on the X. And we're just going to move them in because I think they're sticking out a little bit too much. Okay. Let's select all of those and rotate it. And I do want to scale the entire thing up a little bit. Let's move it back. Just going to remove this light in a sec as well. We don't want a light floating in the air until we get the table back. We need to bring it forward because it's intersecting our curtain. I have to make sure I allow for the table to go in here, so I'm just going to move it down just a little bit. Okay, here we go. Let's just do a quick save all. And let's play in editor to see if our doors are going to work. And they are not, but I have a feeling that's because of the collision mesh. So I'm just going to check the collision mesh on this. Yeah, it's the collision mesh. So what I need to do is scale our collision mesh in. Let's try that again. And that's good. Hard to see without more lighting in the room, but you get the idea. I might just scale the wardrobe back a little bit. I think it's a little bit big. Doors scaled incorrectly because it's not one object, so the pivot is in a different spot, so we just need to scale our doors up to fit back into our wardrobe. Good. Alright. So let's do a quick save all, and we'll look at the safe tomorrow. I'll work out why the sideboard here, the doors are not fitting correctly. So not looking at competing with Quixel, they get nature stuff down really well. But I think we might leave it there for today, guys and girls. We got a bit done. We can pick things up tomorrow and continue on with our room here. But I do want to thank you guys and girls so very much for hanging out with me and for watching. I do appreciate it. It was good to see you all. Thank you to Jimbo and to Anton for following the channel. I do appreciate it, guys, when you follow me on Twitch. Remember, if you want to follow me on Twitter at PhilDoes3D. I always post when I go live, but my schedule is every Monday, Tuesday, 5 PM Pacific time is when I'm live. I will be live again tomorrow. Everyone follow, that's right. No problem. Now, I'm streaming tomorrow, but I'm not going to be streaming next week, guys. I've got the studio is sending me interstate again for a week. So I'm streaming tomorrow as normal, but no streams next week, and then back to normal the week after. So just I'll remind you guys again tomorrow. But so I'll stream tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific in the US, which is about 1 a.m. in the UK. But I won't be streaming Monday and Tuesday next week. I'll post to my Twitter to remind you guys. I'll post to Discord, but I will be back on again tomorrow. And we can finish. Well, let's try and finish the bedroom or tomorrow on the stream. That would be good. But again, like I said, thanks guys for watching and hanging out. You guys and girls have a great night, great day, whatever time it is, wherever you are. And hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow. See you guys.